Okay.
For 4 months, I have seen you from day one. You haven't lost any weight.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. TLC's show, My 600-Pound Life, has been featuring morbidly obese commodities since 2012 as they demand to bring a change in their life by being a part of their weight loss journey to reduce their weight just to be healthier. As spectators, we've seen so multitudinous inspirational stories of participators who twisted their lives around by seeking aid from the big-name bariatric surgeon, Dr. Nozaradin, aka Dr. Now. Well, stay tuned until the end of the video is here, and now we all are going to look back on ridiculously insane contestants on My 600-Pound Life. Stephen Asante. You cannot really talk about My 600-Pound Life without mentioning Dr. Now's patient, who it is the most notorious and possibly craziest case ever, none other than Stephen Asante. He before had an online presence before appearing on the show and would post videos of himself singing and dancing and doing all kinds of other shenanigans. Although he appeared on the show alongside his brother Justin, who also demanded weight loss surgery, Stephen soon became the center of attention at 730 pounds. He wasn't only morbidly obese, as he was also fighting drug addiction and was frequently trying to manipulate doctors into giving him pain medication. His games have gone on for so long that all hospitals in the area had been notified that he was ill using the system, so that any attempt by him to get pain drug would land him in jail. His mutinous attitude made it pretty hard to get Stephen on the right track, and Dr. Now got so tired of it that he was ready to give up on him. He ultimately suffered a huge setback after getting caught trying to get opioids and being remonstrated out of the weight loss program and forced into rehab for treatment. There, Stephen ended up gaining weight again and blowing up to over 750 pounds. Shenny Murray. At 665 pounds, 27-year-old Shenny Murray was one of the heaviest people to appear on Season 6 of My 600-Pound Life. But it was her argumentative nature that made her one of the most memorable patients ever. She would not only lie about her eating habits, but would also constantly argue with the doctors and ignore their advice. However, when she went as far as having her husband sneak fast food into the hospital and try to cover it up by throwing the empty boxes into other people's trash, Dr. Now confronted them and obviously questioned whether or not Shenny was actually planning to lose weight and lost 130 pounds and kept lying by claiming to be sticking to the diet. Shenny gained an additional 48 pounds and never even tried to work through her issues in therapy sessions. Dr. Now tried to make her understand the severity of her situation, but couldn't get through to her, and she eventually decided to leave the program, and the show claiming that she felt misrepresented and like they had made her look bad for the purpose of getting better ratings. In videos posted on her YouTube and Facebook accounts, Shenny has stated that she continues her weight loss journey and claims to have lost around 250 pounds since the filming of her episode Wrapped. She also set up a GoFundMe page to raise money to pay for her own surgery and whether or not she really lost the 250 pounds. It looks like she's definitely not under contract with TLC anymore, since the network is pretty strict about cast members sharing any weight loss updates before their follow-up episodes have aired. Penny Sager. Penny Sager is possibly most known as effortlessly one of the most delusional guests to ever be on the show. She first joined at a whopping 570 pounds, and along with her youngish son and hubby had hoped to find a new get-go. Sadly, though, the only person that stopped Penny from achieving her aim was Penny herself. But Penny was actually qualified to get the surgery. Now, normally you would hope for someone to be capable to lose weight after having a drastic life-changing surgery. But either again, Penny would surprise the public. Unfortunately, after having weight loss surgery, Penny decided to continue losing weight her way, and that meant ignoring the order of the show's bariatric surgeon, and she did not take the 1,200-calorie diet that the reality television show doctors put her on seriously. She also denied making any bare diet changes after her weight loss. By the way, we are well aware that working with Dr. Now requires a great deal of patience, as it is quite tough to appear in My 600-Pound Life, since it is extremely difficult to give up your overeating habits. So, That was the real case with Penny. She dropped 40 pounds on a restricted diet at the start of her weight loss journey. Following considerable weight loss, her doctor has finally authorized her for weight loss surgery. However, following her gastric bypass surgery, she gained up to 5 pounds instead of losing it. It was apparent that she was eating junk food under doctor's supervision. Therefore, he'd accused her of being insane for refusing to continue the exercise and diet plan. Despite Dr. Now's advice, she quit the show and relocated to Maryland. Penny's food addiction would kill her in the future, according to the doctor, and it wouldn't take long. As a result, the majority of the show's viewers criticized her for being deceptive and arrogant. Angela Gutierrez. In her 20s, Angela Gutierrez underwent gastric bypass surgery, which helped her lose up to 100 pounds. But she did not manage to turn around, as she had to deal with her other problems, and due to that, Angela eventually reverted to her old habits. She was charged with child endangerment and attempted suicide shortly after her weight loss surgery. As a result of that suicidal attempt, she lost custody of her children to her mother. By the way, so many viewers and die-hard admirers of the show described that her episode was just a complete waste of time, especially when Angela decided to leave the show during its filming. Viewers of the show are used to seeing such patients who prefer to improve and lose weight while receiving the treatment and weight loss surgery prescribed by the famous bariatric surgeon Dr. Now. However, no one gets to see any improvement in Angela's case, as she weighed about 608 pounds at the time. She was even kicked out of Dr. Now's weight loss therapy because she showed her non-serious attitude by started missing her meetings with Dr. Now. Not just that, she went to her home in Ohio, where she lied to the doctor about losing 120 pounds, which prompted the doctor to label her as ridiculously insane. James King. James King, who weighed 800 pounds, had cellulitis, a severe skin condition, when he appeared on the show. Due to that condition, he couldn't move or get out of his bed. As a sign of affection, the King's family, particularly his daughter, did a lot for him as she dropped out of school so she could take care of him. On the other hand, James's father handled all of his expenditures, which included refinancing his house to transport him to Dr. Now's hospital via ambulance. However, he did not appear to be pleased when he engaged in Dr. Now's therapy. According to Dr. Now's predictions, he has not lost any weight, not even under Dr. Now's supervision, as he didn't witness any sort of the positive change in him, as James had lost a little weight while under Dr. Now's observation, and consequently, James King began accumulating up to 840 pounds. So, due to that result, Dr. Now suggested he should leave the program if he didn't want to continue with the weight loss therapy. Not just that, when Dr. Now discovered that his girlfriend Lisa was bringing him meals in the hospital, he became furiously angry at her and reported James, King's girlfriend, to Adult Protective Services. After that, King's organs started to deteriorate because of his excessive eating, and his therapy was halted once again as he showed no signs of improvement. In April of 2020, James King passed away at the age of 39. Cynthia Wells. Cynthia Wells, weighing 610 pounds, appeared on the show and revealed in front of the audience that she gained 480 pounds after giving birth to her youngest kid, which ended up in immobility. Well, being a mother while taking care of her kids, she stopped taking care of herself, and therefore she started getting exhausted, and while doing even menial tasks, she started becoming helpless. She shared that her 11-year-old daughter looks after her, as she is a 40-year-old woman, and even without feeling anything, she manages her smelly folds of fat every morning. She shared that eventually she started realizing that she really needs to create a change, especially when she watched her daughter's dance recital for the very first time. So she made up her mind and visited Dr. Now, and admitted that she eats even when she's full just because the food tastes good. But after joining Dr. Now's program, Cynthia made her name in the list of the most bullhead and most controversial contestants on my 600-pound live show because of her rigidness and her denial about her eating habits. She even called Dr. Now's program bullshit and returned to her home after quitting the show and claimed, "We don't need to do this anymore," seriously saying she feels beat up over 4 pounds. Cindy Vella. This participant, Cindy, due to her obesity, was totally bedridden, even though she could not complete the most basic of her daily do tasks. But unlike other contestants, Cindy was totally lucky as she has a caretaker for her to watch over her and make sure she's staying safe at home. It may sound like a good deal, right? Well, it isn't. Because you just can't depend on someone for your damn whole life. It's totally indigestible. But did you know? Cindy was relying so much on her caretaker that she started asking her to provide her with every kind of food she asked for. That was the time when everything went wrong, as she doesn't even think of quitting her bad binge eating habits. She even kept encouraging her caretaker to enable her with junk food and never ever try to seek better care for her health. When Dr. Now assigned her the undertaking of losing 70 pounds just in the upcoming month, Cindy only managed to set around 40 pounds out of the 70 pounds she was asked of. That's all, guys, for today with ridiculously insane contestants on My 600 Pound Life. Thank you for watching the video. And if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.